I'm Andrea with Jaipur Yoga in Montclair. This is a 20-minute Vinyasa with some playful sequences. So start by getting centered, a comfortable seat, and just taking a few deep breaths, centering your head, closing your eyes, and feel the breath in the body, lengthening your exhales, soften the jaw. Begin to take the hands to the heart, press your palms evenly, and then come to an intention or dedication for your practice. Take a few breaths, focusing on that intention. And softly float the eyes open. Begin to come up to the shins, finding a gentle camel pose, lifting the heart. You can start with the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers, stretching the elbows wide, and be sure to engage the low abdominals. You just support your low back. Roll the inner thighs inward, press down through the shins, deep breath in, exhale, and then come up and maybe take a deeper version if you feel ready, or just repeat hands behind the head or hands on the back, and breathe. And coming upright, sit on the heels for a few breaths, stretching the feet, recentering the head. Come forward to a tabletop, round the back coming into cat, letting the head drop. Inhale, arch the back, coming into cow. Exhale, round, and then begin to press the hips up and back into your first downward dog. If the hamstrings feel tight, take a wider stance and shift from one foot to the other, bending one knee at a time, engaging the hands well, pressing the finger pads, then scooping the low belly, and to really drop the head, nod and shake the head. Breathe in deeply and just visualize the spine from the tailbone just hanging down and coming that energy line through the crown of the head. Deep breath in and exhale, maybe side out. Take the feet parallel, inhale to a plank. Engage the low belly, reach the tailbone back. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. And when you're ready, come to the belly, coming into low cobra, untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet down, lift higher if you can, draw the throat back. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. And then coming into child's pose, pause for a breath. Inhaling forward to tabletop, exhaling downward facing. And find that opening, pull the low belly in, press down through the palms, reach down through the heels, firm the thighs. Inhaling forward to plank, and then exhale, lower chaturanga if you're ready. You can always take the knees to the mat. Inhaling upward facing, supported or unsupported. Exhaling downward facing. Take the feet wide, begin to walk the hands back, bending the knees, coming into a crouching pose, really opening across the back and the hips, and then releasing the head, nod, shake the head, press the feet down, really widen across your back. And then begin to lower the seat into Malasana, inhale. Exhale, straighten just a little bit, folding forward, still keeping that bend. Inhale, bend the knees deeply, coming into Malasana. Exhale, straighten and fold. And then coming back into your Malasana, using the hands or lifting the hands, walking the feet forward, lifting the pelvic floor. Walking to the front of your mat, folding into Uttanasana. And releasing the neck. Feel the four corners of the feet press down. Feel the shoulder blades draw up the back. Then begin to roll up to stand. And finding Tadasana, mountain pose, lengthen the tailbone down, pull the belly in. Inhale, reach the arms up to Urdhva Hastasana, and exhale, stay, finding more length. Pull the edges of the armpits in toward the midline. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale, stretch even more as you lengthen the tailbone down. Exhale, hands to the heart, Samasthiti. Revisit that intention. Deep inhale, exhale, and beginning Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach up, lift the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step to plank or hop right to chaturanga, bending the elbow, landing with bent elbows. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. And breathe well. Find that evenness through the pose. Deep, even breaths. Soft face. One more deep breath in. Exhale, look forward, bend the knees and hop, or walk the feet forward. Folding into the legs, Uttanasana. Inhaling, coming all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold again, Uttanasana. Inhaling to a flat back. And then step with the other foot to plank or hop to chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing. Exhaling, downward facing. Hold and breathe. You can always lower the knees or take any variation. Let the head go. Firm the thighs. Stretch. Lengthen the spine. Let the jaw relax. One more deep breath. And exhale, step or hop to the front of the mat. Holding into the Vinyasa. Inhaling, coming all the way up. And stay up, lifting the heels. Find a drishti. Find one point for the gaze. Balancing here, lengthening the tailbone down. Pull the belly in, center the head. Pull the edges of the armpits in, stretch up. Take another deep breath. And then exhale, lower the heels, fold forward. Inhaling, lengthen. So try to crouch. Lean the weight more forward. Try to hop back, landing the chest a little bit forward of the hands. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Deep breath in. And exhale. And inhale forward into plank. Exhale, roll to the edge of the right foot. You can step that left foot out like a kickstand, or you can begin to lift that left leg, coming into side plank. Maybe drop it back, coming into wild plank. Inhale, coming back to plank pose. And then exhale, roll to the edge of the left foot. And again, either step the right foot as a kickstand, or take the right foot to a side plank. Maybe continuing to take it back into wild thing. And coming back into plank pose. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale, reach the right leg back. Exhale, bend the knee, opening the hip. Stay for another breath, squaring the shoulders, firming that left leg. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, and then turn to the left, pivoting on the left foot. Take the right leg underneath. Maybe extend it out. Inhale, coming back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step the right foot through. Take the left hand to the left hip. Begin to take that right hand out to the floor, to a block, coming into half moon pose. As you feel steady, taking that left arm up. Really engage the pelvic floor. Maybe the gaze comes up. And to come out, put a soft bend in that knee, coming into extended side angle. And just adjust, keeping that knee right above the right ankle, activating that back foot, deepening into the pose. Begin to straighten that right leg without locking the knee, finding Trikonasana. Gazing up toward that left thumb. Inhale, bend the front knee, reach back peaceful. Exhale, the hands down around that right foot, stepping back plank and lower chaturanga. Arms hugging in. Inhale, upward facing, roll the inner thighs up, engage the low belly, engage the glutes. Exhale, downward facing. Take a deep inhale and full exhale. Inhale, reach the left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, opening the hip. Try to square the shoulders to the mat. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, knee into a right knee. Turn on that right foot, taking that left leg out to the side. Inhale, take it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. And then coming into your half moon, take the right hand to the right hip. Reach the left hand out to the floor, to the block. And straighten the left leg, open the right hip on top. Maybe take the right arm up. And to come out, put a soft bend in that left knee, step that right foot back. Coming into Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. Really rolling this left sit bone underneath and activating that back leg. Straightening the front leg into triangle with a micro bend behind that left knee. Shoulder blades pressing on the back. Deep inhale and exhale. And bend the front knee, inhale, reach back. Peaceful. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, stepping back. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Deep breath in and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then bring the feet to touch. Walk them forward a little bit, bend the knees, and hop the feet outside the hands to Malasana. Hop the feet back. Hop again to Malasana. And then hop back. Again, hop to Malasana. Stay here in the squat pose, lifting the pelvic floor, or take an inhale, and exhale, hop up and turn to the right. Take an inhale, exhale, turn back to center, and one more side, inhale, exhale, turn to the left, inhale, exhale, turn back to center. Bring the palms down. And begin to come toward a wide crow pose, taking the knees high up on the upper arms, and maybe floating feet. Squeeze the arms in toward each other. And then begin to come to Uttanasana, release the neck. Heel to the feet in, bend the knees, inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, some a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale, so a little bit deeper. Lift the heels. Inhale, coming all the way up. Lift the heels, keep lengthening the tailbone down. And exhale, and the knees coming all the way down. Plant the palms, inhale, pair. Exhale, step or float. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, reach the right leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, opening the hip. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale to plank, take the right knee toward the right elbow. Inhale, draw the thigh to the chest. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Inhale, come up, high lunge. Exhale, hug the hips in. Breathe in. Breathe out, navel to spine, extend through the left heel. And then we'll take a twist. Inhale, lengthen the sides. Exhale, rotate to the right. And reach back to the right fingers. Inhale and exhale. Begin to lower the left hand inside the right foot. Keep this right, left hip lifting, twisting to the right and strengthen. Continuing that twist, press the shoulder blades onto the back. And then lower the right hand, take that left foot in, straighten the right leg, Parsvottanasana, firming that right thigh, micro bend in the right knee. Anchor the left heel. Begin to bend the right knee, stretching that left foot back, and then inhaling, coming up, Virabhadrasana 1. And exhale. Bend deeper into that front leg, draw the right hip back, inhale, exhale, inhale, centering the head, exhale, take the hands down, clasp, inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the knuckles back, exhale, bend, and coming into humble warrior. Pull that right hip in, breathe in, and breathe out, drop the head. Keep that left leg, that left foot really engaged. And begin to float the hands down, framing that right foot, walk them forward, and lift the left leg. And if you have an inversion handstand practice, you can take some hops, you can turn to a wall and kick up. And hold for a few more breaths or a few more hops. And then begin to tuck that left knee behind the right knee. Lift the hands if you can, balancing, looking at one spot. And then begin to take that left foot behind the mat, coming to eaglet legs. And slowly descending, bringing the sit bones down. And then twisting to the right. You can stay in this seated twist. Or you can take this into an arm balance, taking the hands over, coming back to the balls of the feet, and then leaning the right thigh on top of the upper arms. Maybe extending the legs out. The head can be on the mat or lifted. And coming back. Inhaling to center. Exhale, counter, rotate. Inhale, center, and exhale, extend the legs, coming into Navasana. Inhale, and exhale, cross the shins. Either step or float the feet back through your Vinyasa or into downward facing dog and resting here. And come to the left side, engage the hands, inhale, reach the left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, opening the hip. Inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, left knee to left triceps. Inhale, draw the thigh to the chest. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, coming up, high lunge. Exhale, deepen into that front leg, planting that left foot, extending through the right heel. Really pull the belly and lengthen the sternum. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Maybe gazing back toward that left thumb. Keep drawing the belly in, centering the head. And then taking that right hand inside the left foot. Keep that right back hip lifting, the left hip drawing back, left arm coming up, continuing into that twist. Lower the left hand, walk the back foot in a little bit, fold over the left shin. Pyramid pose. Firm the left thigh, so keeping a micro bend in the back of that knee, plant that right heel down. And then begin to find Virabhadrasana 1, keeping same position of the hips, planting that right heel so you feel the calf muscle stretch, and coming up, drawing that left hip back, belly in and up. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale, clasp the opposite leg, the hands behind the back. Inhale, straighten the left leg, lift the heart. Exhale, Bend, draw this left hip in, and come into devotional or humble warrior. Stretching the arms up. Float the hands down, lift the right heel, and begin to lift off that back foot, coming into a standing split. Maybe coming into handstand kicks. Whatever you did on the other side. And coming to that curtsy step, draw the right knee behind the left. Try to balance for a few breaths. Steady gaze. And then taking the ball of the right foot to the mat. Eagle, baby eagle legs with the left leg in the front. And slowly coming down to Ardha Matsyendrasana seat. Root both of the sit bones. Take the left hand behind. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, twist. Keeping the head centered, keeping the chest open, and either staying in this twist or finding that side crow variation coming up. Planting the palms, chaturanga arms, and leaning that left thigh to start on both arms, above the elbows. Maybe extending the legs into that split leg. And wherever you are, begin to come back to center, counter twist to the right. Inhaling back to center, exhale, extend the legs. One more time, coming into Navasana. Breathe in, and breathe out, lower to Ardha Navasana. And hold for another breath. And then bring the feet to the floor, setting up for Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Feel your heels with your fingertips, and begin to lift the pelvis, pressing strongly into the feet, lifting the chest, but making sure the neck is very neutral. Chin slightly away from the chest. Breathing well, engaging the glutes, lifting higher if you can, finding more space. And either staying in a bridge pose, or you can lower, take the hands by the ears, and press up into a full wheel. Pausing at the top of the head, or coming straight up. Holding for a few more breaths in whatever back bend you're in. Slowly releasing down, and keeping the feet wide. Take the knees from side to side. And coming to pause, drop the knees in, separate the feet as wide as the mat. Release the low back. And then bend the knees, grab the ankles or the edges of the feet, and rock from side to side. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh for supine pigeon. Really flex that right foot. Thread the hands behind the left thigh, pull the thigh toward your chest. And then breathe into that right hip using the right forearm. Get a little bit more opening, keep drawing that thigh in closer. Flexing that right foot. And then change, taking the left ankle over the right thigh, flex the foot strongly, clasp behind that right thigh, and use that left forearm to press away a little bit as you pull that right thigh in toward the chest, deeply stretching the hip. And then coming back to center, hug the knees, shift the hips to the right, lower the knees to the left, and twist your torso to the right. And then if it feels good for you, you can straighten the top leg. You can straighten both legs. Or keep a bend to the knees. Turn the gaze to the right, stretching the left side of the neck. And coming back to the center, use the feet to shift the hips left. Lower the knees to the right at the height of the navel. Turning torso to the left, head towards the left. Maybe the legs straighten. Do one or both legs. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe, soften the face. Inhale and exhale. And then come back to center. Bring the feet to the floor, centering the hips. Rock up and down the spine. And crossing the shins and pressing back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and exhale. And then lower the right shin and then just slide left over right, right over left. Coming up to stand in this cow face, standing balance pose. Breathe in and breathe out. And then if you need a block to come to full Gomukhasana, place a block between the heels and come to sit. Flex your feet. And if you don't need a block, then sit on the floor evenly on the sit bones. You can stay here, you can fold. If you have a bind, reach the left arm up, take the right hand to the elbow, readjust the torso, and then either folding this way or taking the full bind, wrapping that right arm around, connecting the fingers or a strap, and bowing forward. Keep flexing the feet. And slowly come up, remove any block, and then press into the hands. Come to the balls of the feet, turn to the left, and keep turning all the way around to the left. So you come back to center, lower the shins, and then take one of those walks a few times, left over right, right over left, ending with left leg forward for Gomukhasana. Come up to stand, either with blocks. Use your drishti for balance. And then begin to come to Gomukhasana seat, either on a block or on the mat. Strongly flex the feet. If you did the bind on the other side, on this side, left leg on top, reach the right arm up. And then take left hand to right elbow, or reaching the left arm around, internally rotating the arms for the bind, clasping and maybe folding. Keep the sit bones pressing down, either on the block or the mat. And slowly begin to come out. Again, remove the block, lifting the hips. Come to the balls of the feet and the fingertips, turn to the right. Turning all the way around to come into your wide leg straddle, prasarada. And just parallel your feet, heels equally distant from the back of the mat. Engage the abdominals, fold forward into prasarada. Keeping a micro bend in the backs of the knees. If you have another variation, you can come to that. Or come into a hammock pose, really stretching, walking the fingers forward, and keeping the pelvis back. So when you come into this pose, not walking the hips forward, keeping the hips back in line with your ankles. Release your neck. And begin to heel toe the feet in. Slide the palms underneath the feet for gorilla pose. Really getting a nice counter stretch. Bring the toes right to the edges of the wrists and the whole back of the hand flat. And then fold forward, bending the knees as much as you need to. Let the shoulder blades go up the back. And engage the pelvic floor. Release the palms. And then take a block if you want to try one more transition. I would do this on the fists, but normally you're on the palms for Titi Vasana. From your wide straddle, Just try to keep the legs coming forward, engage the core, and see if you can just slide the legs down the arms. So land in the V-sit. We'll come to Kurmasana prep, bending the knees, flexing the feet, and then taking the wrists under the ankles, under the backs of the calves, and begin to walk the feet forward. And if you need the support, you can have a block or a cushion for the chest. Keep extending the legs forward, keep reaching the heart forward, and just get a really nice stretch across the back, softening the face, softening the eyes. And again, just revisit that intention. Stay here, or if you have a full pose, you can, if you feel open, you can straighten the arms, straighten the legs, coming into full tortoise. Slowly coming back up to the V-sit. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Lock the hands down that right leg. Again, you can use blocks if you need to, or any support. Keep the left sit bone down. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, twist to the left. And walk the hands down that left leg, keeping the right sit bone down. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, draw the legs in for Tara Asana. Round the back, let the forehead come to the arches of the feet. And then drawing the heels in, coming into Baddha Konasana. Draw the heels in, lift the heart, and exhale, fold, lengthening through the front of the body, rounding the sit bones down, and softening the neck. And slowly begin to come up. And take a moment just to pause, close the eyes, going to a brief meditation, following the breath. Bringing into mind the mantra, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. And we'll close with Yoga Mudra, taking the hands behind the back. Hold the dominant wrist. Bow forward, sealing the practice. Namaste.